Hi, welcome to another video of ALCI, ArcoLinux Calamares installer. We provide a graphical tool to install ArcoLinux, basically. This video is about thinking to get more on the ISO. Let's go to, oh yeah, we have a very bad internet, guys, these days. So we'll see if this video that's quick. Gonna succeed. So get to this ALCI ISO. That's where you need to go. I know where to go, but it's also described in ArcoLinux ISO.com. Like I said, my internet is the worst, basically, is the worst ever. So how to get started with ALCI is basically what it says here. Git clone this thing. So I'll copy paste it here. Control C. And then we are going to open a terminal on the desktop. Control Shift V. That was not difficult, but internet, right? We'll get something, hopefully. There they are. And either you just say everything is as good as it is. I love what you're doing and I don't want to change anything at all. Then it's gonna be this. Of course, check out if the Arch ISO version you're using is the correct one, which we know is the correct one. But what if, right? What if you did change something to your system, to the ISO of what you're going to build? That's here, packages 8664. And at this particular moment in time on Discord, people are trying to figure out, hey, what can I add to my personal ISO? So this is what we need. Packages that are removed after installation Calamares config. So we need this for the live DVD, but it's out after the installation. So dex, xterm, Calamares, i3 status, gaps, it's SDM, it's nowhere to be seen. So basically it removes SDM, which is a danger zone, because if you want to install Plasma, you may add SDM, but Calamares will remove it because it said so. The idea of the ISO is let's make a ArcoLinux copy, basically. If you do an ArcoLinux installation or you do an ALCI installation, it should be the same thing, which means SDM needs to go. So installing SDDM will never succeed. You always have to type sudo pacman -s SDDM afterwards. So just so you know, this is not written in vain. Packages that are removed after installation Calamares config. The idea is to have an ArcoLinux installation, not to have an ArcoLinux B Plasma. That's there already. That's a project of the bees, right? But anyway, you can try out some stuff. We do like bash completion, which is not part of ArcoLinux ISO, but hey, I was getting frustrated. And grub, we need an OS prober if you have more systems. But the rest is all hashtagged out. But if you go to this article, what are they saying? Maybe up here. What you're always gonna do is type in the server, xorg server. You're always gonna do that. Maybe you're stuck on this one, which is great because you know that SDM will be deleted. So that's avoiding the issue. So these two guys are basically always needed. And then we have 21 desktops. Then it's up to you. So if you want to type less, but of course have a bigger ISO, you say to yourself, xorg server and xorg apps it's okay if it's already on there. And LightDM GTK, it's also good that it's there. Now this here, want to have NM2E to connect to your wireless network via TTY. Install the package network manager on the ISO. Then you boot up. Afterwards, first installation, just go through the motions. You boot up. You type sudo systemctl enable network manager. That's correct. Capital N, capital M, right? Remember that. And then reboot. And then you have your NM2E available. You select your wireless and done. Other people have already suggested to me, Eric, it's maybe but a good idea to have base development, so the package base devel, on the ISO. It's up to you. Our goal is clear. A copy of ArcoLinux with a graphical tool. But here it is. A packages x86-64 file to add anything you like, right? So if you say Linux headers, that's something for me as well. You can add these. So I haven't hashtagged this out. I'm not gonna test it on a laptop with a wireless. This is VirtualBox. I don't need it here, but you could. That's the point. And it does not end here. Those were just some ideas that I already had. Why not include those on the ISO already? But it's going away from the idea to have a copy of an ArcoLinux and a ALCI. So now we're a little bit different than the ArcoLinux installation. But it's great because later all you need to do is type it again. So you're just avoiding typing all these things. And yes, indeed, if you say, why not Plasma Meta? Then it's gonna be on the ISO. Why not Cinnamon? It's gonna be on the ISO. Why not? And you can go on, right? Go and have a look at our cheat sheet. And home, info, all the things are on there. Downloads, Eric. Download the cheat sheet. That's a good test for me as well. So it has been downloaded. I always wanna see how many times. 12,000 times, and it's working. Good test. So then here it says what you need to install. The first line: Awesome Vicious BSPWM, Budgie Desktop, Budgie Extras, GNOME Extra, Cinnamon, Deeping Extra, and so on. Enlightenment. Oh, we should edit this DWM. I see. Enlightenment. I've put an image on Discord for you to see if you want to see that. And voila, you just look at the first column there. Well, second, right? This one. And you install. You decide. Now, deciding my desktop would bloat my desktop, my ISO. So I'm not going to decide my desktop, which means I have an ISO that has Xorg server, that has LightDM, that has base development, that has Linux headers, and then I decide. I boot up, I say sudo pacman -s cinnamon. It's cinnamon today. I enable LightDM and done. So there is super flexibility in this project, and I thought it might be interesting to go into details here in the packages x86-64. That's your freedom. That's what you're gonna put on your ISO. And that's why we want you to build this ISO rather than download it. Build it. All right, cheers.